name is Tolu Aderemi. I'm privileged to be the chair of the 2025 nbalagos Law Week alongside about 32 distinguished members of the legal profession. For primary school, I attended the Miriam Convent School. For secondary school, I attended Government College, Ibadan. And then I went off to the Polytechnic in Ibadan, where I studied mass communication. And then I went to the University of Ibadan, where I studied law. And then I crossed over to the University of Aberdeen for my postgraduate. I started life out as a journalist with a brief stint at the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State, BCOS. I then moved on to Daily Sketch, which is defunct now, and then the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, all in Ibadan. Today, I'm privileged to be one of the partners at Pt.1 Grace LP, a foremost law firm in Nigeria, and I also sit as one of its directors in its UK office, where I co-lead and lead the energy and infrastructure group, as well as our ADR practice groups. I'm privileged to also sit as chair of a number of professional associations, one of which is the International Law Association Arbitration Committee. And I also have the privilege to sit on a few, on the board of a few blue chip companies. I've always wanted to be independent. I've always wanted to follow my mind, and I've always wanted to be responsible for my actions. And because I come from a background of lawyers and judges, if you like, my father always wanted me to study law. That was the main reason why I chose not to study law in the first place, and I went to study mass communication. And I reeled out some of my exploits as a journalist. But I think when I satisfied myself, I think because I'm also driven by the fact that, I just want a just society which is run by the rule of law and not by the rule of the might. I decided that, look, it was time for me to go and study law, which was at my own time, at my own convenience, and upon my own conviction. And I think I just love to help. And this is the core, in the most simplistic form of my practice of law today. Let me start by thanking the chairman of the Lagos branch of the NBA, Bisima Controller, for considering me worthy to chair the week. Of course, alongside very distinguished chairmen of subcommittees and other members. I think for me, I've been very concerned for some time about the increasing decadence of how we practice law in Nigeria. The quality of our legal practice, the ethos of this practice, how we conduct ourselves as lawyers, and what I always call the fading understanding, that we are the hope of the common man. So for example, I see lawyers fly to court in their legal apparels. Growing up as a lawyer in my early days at the Federal High Court in Ikoyi there, when going to court in the morning, my boss taught me that, look, you go to court in your suits. And then when you get to court, we go to the cloakroom. That is when we change to our legal apparels, and then we go into court. When you come out of court, you go back in there, you change into your suits, and then you go home. That's really who we are. That's the beauty, the decency, of the practice of law. Today, what do you find? You even find lawyers come out of court with their wigs on, addressing the press. I think those are not practices, or those are practices that are not known to our practice at all. So our goal this year is to ignite the conversation reminding ourselves of who we truly are, as well as to explore more efficient and smarter ways of delivering legal services, with emerging realities. We must just understand how to deliver legal services in a very efficient manner. I think there are some conferences that you should not miss. The Lagos Conference of the Nigerian Bar Association Lagos branch is one of them. The practice of law for us is no longer, just about lengthy litigation or manual-driven solicitors' work, but is now how we can efficiently deliver value to clients through innovative adaptation and speaking to clients' pain point. I tell my colleagues oftentimes that at a certain level, the assumption is that you all have equal technical competence. How you now deliver the technical competence, therefore becomes the reason why A gets a legal instruction and B does not get that legal instruction. So this year's law conference will serve as a platform for the convergence of the best national and international minds to explore the intersection of law, business, and of course technology. And when I say national and international, I truly mean national and international. We've gone around the world to bring the best to come and talk to us, to learn from their experience and learn from what has happened in their jurisdiction. So whether you are a litigator, whether you are a solicitor, whatever it is your area of practice is, every lawyer called to the bar, there is a relevant, or there's a session that is relevant to your practice area. Ladies and gentlemen, I think for us, let's just be lawyers again.